Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/PettyRevenge. In today's episode, you don't like your boyfriend seeing me braless in the dorm? Then he won't. Pill thief payback. Block the driveway? Fine, I'll block because I got nowhere to go. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. You don't like your boyfriend seeing me braless in the dorm? Then he won't. I live in a college dorm on an all-female floor. I usually wear a bra if leaving the dorm building, but I'm not going to put on a bra under my shirt just to walk down the hall to the bathroom. A few days ago, I left my room and walked 10 yards down the hall to the water fountain, refilled my water bottle, and went back to my room. I was wearing a white tank top and no bra. The tank top was fitted but not see-through, so you could only see the outline of my nips. There was a small group of people hanging out in the hall outside a few of the rooms, but I didn't think much of it, until around half an hour later, when I got a knock on the door from one of the girls I'd seen in the hall. She said something to the effect of, "Hey, so sorry to ask you this, but if you go out into the hall again, could you put a bra on? My boyfriend's out there and he was staring a little, so..." I'm super non-confrontational, so I was like, "Yeah, sure, sorry about that," and for the rest of that night, anytime I left my room I put a bra or sweater on. And that was the end of it. Or so I thought. The next day, my roommate told me she'd overheard the girl telling a few of her friends about the incident while in the bathroom. She said the girl was making it sound like I'd been purposely trying to seduce her boyfriend, wearing basically nothing, taking my time at the water fountain, posing to push out my tits, the whole works. When she left the bathroom, my roommate said the girl was actually acting it out at the water fountain, pretending to be me. That night, I passed the girl and some of her friends on my way to go brush my teeth. I wasn't wearing a bra, I was already in pajamas. The girl looked pointedly down at my chest and all of them started giggling. But the last straw was when the entire dorm got an email from the RA yesterday saying she'd gotten some anonymous complaints about people dressing inappropriately in the hallways and asking that we all just make sure we're keeping things covered up. So here's where I got my petty little revenge. I knew that the girl's boyfriend doesn't go to college here. The girl and I were in the same orientation group and chatted a bit back then. I also knew that due to the pandemic, we aren't allowed to have non-student/family guests in the dorms this year. So I used the same anonymous complaint form to issue a complaint about people bringing their off-campus boyfriends into our dorm and them not wearing a mask. Masks are mandatory in the hallways, although not frequently enforced. This morning, the RA emailed again saying that due to anonymous complaints, they'd be enforcing the no off-campus guests rule by checking IDs of unfamiliar guests to make sure they were students from then on. Really, this girl should be thanking me. If she was concerned about her boyfriend seeing the vague outline of my tits in the dorm hallways, she no longer needs to worry. Pill thief payback. Simple and straightforward. I have prescription pain meds for nerve damage in my legs/feet. Recently found out my cousin has been coming over under the guise of visiting my grandma and taking pills. I took an empty pill bottle and put laxative pills that look pretty much identical in it, then put it back in my pill basket. Cousin came over, swiped 5 of them and called me about 2 hours later asking if I was having issues and saying she thought the KFC I brought over might have been bad. I dropped the bomb about the pills and told her to have fun. Block the driveway? Fine, I'll block because I got nowhere to go. Hi, first-time poster, and this happened yesterday. I, 30-something male, never will reveal my age lol, had a hard day at work and just left the gym with my roommate. As most of you know, going to the gym usually makes you hungry as heck, so I was already slightly cranky. We live in an apartment building in the city on a major street. Our building has 2 driveways, one in and one out. The clickers to open the garage will only open the indoors, and there's a button to open the outdoors inside the garage. So as we are about pull up to the turn to get to the driveway, we see a huge black SUV blocking everything. Seeing this, I was definitely ticked because I hungry and tired. Since I didn't know whose car that was, I called my landlord and see if anyone had a car like that in the building. However, the landlord told me the person was chased off earlier for blocking the driveway. The landlord tried to have him towed, but technically, since he was on public streets, the towing companies wouldn't touch it. Still wondering why, but whatever. They called the police earlier, but the person disappeared before the police got there. So I asked if I could call the non-emergency number to get the police to tow it away. He said, "Be my guest." So I'm halfway through dialing the number when it clicked that they said this was the second time today that this guy has done this. That's when I think the hanger become petty. I backed up my car and parked it 3 inches from the guy's driver's side and put my hazards on. Then called the police and waited. I knew the person wouldn't be able to move his car at all because his passenger side door was being blocked by a tree. We waited about 45 minutes for the police to show up. They asked me if I called the police island. I replied yes. They asked me why I was parked so close and I explained the above. The cops burst out laughing and asked me to move up a bit so they could get the information. 10 minutes later, they came back to my car and said I was free to go and a tow truck would be there in 20 minutes. Slow day apparently. Apparently this guy's plates didn't match the vehicle and the plates were expired. So that's 3 tickets and a tow. I pulled into the garage and smirked as I cooked tacos watching his SUV get pulled away. Best tacos ever. Face savoring food. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.